Hi, this is Amy, AI Amy, and we're coming to you from the Carlitos way.
Yes.
Mr. Carlos Lama Coloron.
That's it.
That's right. Today is November 3rd, 2023. This is episode number 0311323, and the name of our episode is Who Are the Neuro HerOs at the TCC Northeast Campus. And Carlos, bing, 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 bing. Why don't you go ahead and give us that grid?
Yep, so my grid is I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X that was formerly known as Twitter. So I'm on YouTube at the Carlitos Way Official. And the same thing with the TikTok username. It's also the Carlitos Way Official too. And then for my Instagram, it's the.carlitos.way. And then for my X, it's ya boy Carlos 5. It's ITSYABOY Carlos 5. And that's the username.
I love that one. Okay, and you also said X, of course, and that's the old Twitter.
Oh, and also
Right.
don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell for my YouTube channel, and also follow me on the platforms and leave comments or with ideas for future podcasts, or if you need local resources.
That's right. We can always look that up for you and try to get you the help that you need if you need anything like that out there in indie universe. Okay, so today we have some wonderful guests from the TCC Northeast Campus, the Student Activities Department. But I got to tell you personally, the reason why I chose these two guests, these lovely, beautiful guests, is because I am an adult, a returning student. Well, we're all adults, but older adult, much older. I'm 56 years old, and I'm returning back to school from the 90s in a liberal arts program for film production. And I kind of did a running start this semester, trying to test the waters to see how people would react to me, and how hard or how stressful it might be for me to return back to school, since I was already here because my son goes to school here. And the two people that I came in contact with, like from the start, was Brittany Graham, who is the Student Development Associate of the Student Activities Department. And she just always had a smile on her face and so welcoming, and always gave me her time and a hug, and I just loved that. I needed to feel welcomed, and of course you gave me that, and I thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And then Rilesha, oh my gosh, she was all over the place, and she was just helping everybody, and I just could see a servant leader in her eyes and in her heart as she continued to help people, and I just love that. So thank you very much, Rilesha. Thank you both for being here. If Brittany, if you could go ahead and describe to the audience how beautiful you are and what you're wearing and everything, because, of course, we're not on camera. So why don't you go ahead?
Hello, Amy. Thank you very much for your introduction. It's been a great experience being able to speak with you today, as well as with Carlos and Rilesha. Mm-hmm. I'm going to describe myself now. I am a Black woman with brown and black hair. My hair is currently curly. What I'm wearing is a blue jacket that has Tarrant County College listed on it, as well as blue jean pants and black shoes with leopard on it.
Tell us about those glasses. What shape is that? Those are so beautiful.
I believe the shape is hexagon. I love them because they have various different colors. So they're purple, yellow, orange, green. I chose these glasses because I love, if anyone ever asks me, my favorite color is rainbow. That's why I love these glasses, because they're very colorful and they can match with any outfit.
Great. Hey, tell us about that lanyard you got on, the Wolverines.
The lanyard is University of Michigan Wolverine lanyard. I got this for my husband. I love to wear it since I am from Michigan. And this is a good way for me to find other people in Texas that are also from Michigan. So I wear it every
Right.
day, so that way I can find my people as well.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, hey, Rilesha. Rilesha is a student worker. Go ahead and student workers at TCC Northeast Campus means that they get to work on campus, get to also empower other students, and get to do what they love to do while they're attending classes, basically.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and describe how beautiful you are?
Well, good morning,
Mm-hmm.
Amy, Brittany, Carlos. It is a pleasure to be here today. And hello to all listeners. Thank you for joining and following and supporting Carlitos Way. So I am, as Amy stated, a student worker. I am a student mentor here at the TCC Northeast Campus. I am also a Black woman. I am 5'6.5". I have medium brown skin, dark brown eyes. I wear long eyelashes, beautiful straight white teeth, beautiful smile. I am wearing a black TCC logo sweater because it's cool outside here in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas to be exact. Underneath my black sweater, I have on a multicolored tie-dye TCC Proud t-shirt with denim jeans, and I have on pink Ugg boots. My
beautiful.
earrings are also multicolored to match my t-shirt, and I have on a rose gold watch with a white emotional healing beaded bracelet. I'm also wearing a rose gold single diamond gem ring.
Beautiful. Thank you so much,
You're
Rilesha.
welcome.
How about you, Mr. Carlitos Way?
Yep, and me by myself, I'm standing at 5'11", almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican, and I wear a Texas Rangers World Series hat. Go Rangers!
Yes,
Woohoo!
go Rangers!
Yep, and I'm wearing a WWE Championship necklace. Yep, and I'm wearing a navy blue Tarrant County College sweater.
Yes.
Yep, and I have black hair. I mean, it sometimes goes curly, but I cut it so it's a little short right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, again, I'm Amy, and I've got long blonde hair. I stand 5'8" tall. I used to be 5'9", but after all these spinal surgeries, things happen. But anyway, I've got long black boots on and black jeans and a black T-shirt. I've got a purple jacket on, which is a vintage jacket, and a scarf around my neck, which is a lighter shade of the purple jacket. And what else? I'm white. I guess I don't know if you want to know that, but and I've got very light green eyes, and that's me.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So today, a theme about Neuro HerOs. And my first question is going to be for Brittany. Brittany, you're the Student Development Associate for the Student Activities Department. Tell us who you are and what you do at the TCC Campus Northeast and why.
Thank you, Amy, for asking me that question. I know earlier you gave a great introduction about me, and I would just like to follow up with some of the things that you said. My name is Brittany Graham. I am the Student Development Associate at TCC Northeast Campus. As a Student Development Associate, I am able to help assist with the various programs that we have on campus, as well as help with the new trailblazing orientation that we have to be able to sub incoming students.
You mentioned the Trailblazers. Who are the Trailblazers? Do we have a mascot here?
Yes, we actually have a mascot here. Our mascot name is Toro. Toro is our mascot that you may see at various events that we have that may include orientation. We also have something that we like to call Toro Tuesdays. And on Toro Tuesdays, we have Toro come out to meet with students and maybe potential students that may be on tour. And they talk with students about things that may include financial aid as well as different programs that we have available on campus.
Wow, that's great. Hey, so do you enjoy the student activities department here at TCC Northeast Campus?
What makes me enjoy working as a student development associate is that I'm able to reach out to many of the different student populations as well as teach them things in a fun way, which include our various events that we have on campus. Just last Friday, we had a Fall Fest event. It was a great way for us to include some of our community. That includes some of the children that were able to dress up. We also had an event where the students were able to paint pumpkins. We gave them cookies, candy, as well as different tables where we had resources for potential students and current community members.
I saw that room before the event. There was so much candy in there. I wanted to come back. I wanted to come back so bad. I got to tell you, I was so exhausted. Appreciate y'all. Okay, so, hey, Rilesha, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself as far as the student activities department and why you enjoy it so much too?
Well, Miss Amy, as you stated, anytime that you see me, I am all over the place because I love working for the student activities department. And we offer so many activities, events, resources, and information for the students here at Northeast Campus. I am able to engage and interact and educate our students here on campus by giving campus tours where I am having the opportunity to walk students around the campus and show them places that they may not know exist on campus, give them information and resources that they may be unaware of. So that's the first thing, engagement. I'm able to encourage them during the tour. And being a student mentor, I am always open for the opportunity to be able to speak encouragement to students, whether it's a prospective student or a current student, a returning student. And so it really gives me joy to be able to pour into our student body, as well as to be as you stated, a servant leader for my coworkers in the student activities office. I love that we work as a team. I love that we all have a goal and a focus to empower the students here. And I love that our managers, our leaders, our directors, they all have creative ways of getting the students to come out. We always have great turnout. Students want to be engaged, and we're giving them something to be able to enjoy their tenure here at TCC, but also to empower them for their educational journey. And so I just love it. I love it. There is, I've worked other jobs. This is my favorite. Yeah, this has to be, for me, the most empowering position, the most, how can I say, engaged position. Yes, like I know that I am making a difference here. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to work with the student activities department.
Well, I've got to tell you, too, that it made quite an impression on me. I have to know what I'm supposed to do. So, like, the first thing that is mentioned on the website for new students or returning students is you follow some steps and some guidelines, basically. And one of the first things that it suggests for you to do, well, you have to have an orientation. Well, in order to have the orientation, you need to find out about the school. So, having a tour, personal tour, one-on-one, or even having some other new students or returning students with you made such a difference. And I'm going to tell you that when I first did the tour with my son for his tour, I felt kind of weird coming back on campus, first of all, because I knew something had changed. Student activities has made such a big difference in lots of people's lives coming back to campus or for the first time. But a lot of students like Carlitos and myself are neurodiverse. I have ADHD and autism, and so does Carlos. And, we learn a lot of different ways, right? And this is where accessibility comes in. I had a really difficult time with just live lectures, because often with live lectures, there's a big, huge book that you have to read as well, and then you have your test at the end. And I had a really hard time with multiple choice questions. But as time went on, I learned that accessibility is practiced if you have a 504 recognition if you're in elementary school, junior high, and high school in the school districts. So then the teachers actually provide you accessibility tools, extra tools, if you learn different ways like graphics or colored paper with the lesson plan on it or notes and everything. Brittany, tell us the importance of the accessibility tools for the neurodiverse or the disabled or really anybody.
My name is Brittany Graham, and one of the experiences that I had before I came to TCC, I was accessibility service coordinator. That is something that I take with me wherever I go, including this current position I have now. I think that when it comes to the neurodiversity community and making sure that they receive the help they need, such as what you said, Amy, when you went on your tours, when you first came here, how your way of learning, I think it is very important to take that into consideration with every program that we have, as well as the different ways that we can make sure it's included with some of the ways that we reach out to our community, different forms of community, and the way that we teach our students. So I think it's always important to have people like myself that are part of the community to be present in those rooms when we're making decisions about programs, future programs. How do we connect to people that may have neurodiversity or disabilities, as well as just thinking about some of the things that accommodations that people may have to submit forms for every semester, they can actually benefit the general population as well. Like I know myself, it's very helpful for me to have written communication instead of just verbal. So that's something that I suggest when we have programs, that we always have printouts. So that way, if someone forgets or not able to hear some of the things that are going on at the programs, they can always go back to look at it. I will hope in the future that we not only just have celebration of autism awareness, autism acceptance, but we actually make sure we seek leaders that are in that community so we can make sure their voice is always heard.
That's great. I'm going to cut over here to Carlitos for a minute.
Yes.
Hey, we have some beautiful guests on today, and they are very empowering and an inspiration on campus for a lot of for our community. Tell us maybe what your first impression was of Brittany and Rilesha, and how it has helped you in your neurodiversity.
Yes, so like excuse me. Yes, they're really kind. They made me feel welcomed here, and I got to, see them, meet them every day, and I'm glad, they make me feel welcome here. They always help me out if I ever need any help or anything with getting into classes, and I'm just glad, helping me get into like next semester, always coming here, and that's how, they always make me feel welcomed, and I'm glad they do.
That's great. What kind of activities have you participated in here on campus with Student Activities Department?
A ton of activities, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yesterday I attended the Day of the Dead. I was painting the pots.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then I remembered I attended. It was like a bounce house event, and that's where I met Miss Brittany.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She didn't have to jump in the bounce house and get you out. Although you wanted to stay in there, right?
Yes.
I knew that. Go
Yeah.
Rangers.
Oh yeah, and also like other events like the student pantry for food, for people that can get food.
Turo
Yes.
food pantry.
Food truck,
Yes.
fresh
Yeah.
market. Yes.
Speaking of the Turo food pantry, I haven't worked in a very long time. Be honest, I've had to go to the food pantry here. I mean, nothing like these special departments and events went on in the 90s. So I don't know who put those into place, but amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Great. I was about to call you Churro. Are you sure you're not the mascot?
Nope.
Are
Not
you
me.
sure? Okay. You could be, I'm telling you. Rilesha, I hear that you have also started your own podcast, and you're, of course, a student worker here on campus. What do you think is the importance of having the opportunity to be a student worker while you attend classes? I know from your point of view, you mentioned the empowerment. You're able to work with the students. You're able to help them and things like that. But from your perspective, if the student worker program wasn't here, I think for me, definitely, I wouldn't be able to continue school.
Yeah.
Right. So why don't you express the importance of being a student worker here at
Well,
the campus?
first and foremost, I have much gratitude for Career Services. The work study program is a very, very great resource for students to have the opportunity to work on campus, which is first and foremost very convenient. I am able to come in the morning, go to my classes, and then leave and walk across campus and go to work to make money, to provide for my son and myself, and to be able to get an education without the stress of having to prioritize between class or working. And so what I mean by that is being a student worker, my department always prioritized school. I feel that if I was working any other job that was off campus and it wasn't through the work study program, of course they would prioritize being present and working. For me, that relieves a lot of stress, and it actually gives me that extra inspiration to give my all when I'm working on campus. So first and foremost, convenience, definitely, and the fact that I am able to make sure that I am getting all of my schoolwork done and that I am able to also work. Not to mention that my job on campus actually, I'd like to say that it helps me to connect. It helps me to connect from being on campus and being involved in the new Trailblazer orientations, and then being on campus and seeing students and they're like, oh, I saw you working, or you gave me my tour for new student orientation, or thank you for helping me during the fresh market when they came to get groceries. It also gives me the opportunity to know everything that's going on around campus, so I'm able to share because we have flyers, but sometimes as students we don't really get to take the opportunity to stop and look at the flyers. So I am able to communicate with students in class or after class and say, hey, make sure you come to the Fresh Market, or make sure. So it's convenient. It gives me the opportunity to connect. And it gives the freedom to be able to, like I said, get my schoolwork completed, as well as make an impact around campus and connect with other students.
Yeah, not a lot of people know about the work-study program. And I just learned how to get to be eligible for the work-study program, and you actually have to apply during your
Financial aid.
while you do your FAFSA for student aid. And that's great. And of course, you were there when I received my notification by email that I received a work-study grant, and then I also received Pell Grant as well to continue on to school. So, and you gave me a big hug, and I'm so happy about that.
And that's one reason why I feel that student activities connecting is very important, because as Brittany stated, we have events, but at the events we're always sharing information about financial aid and other resources that students may not know about that are on campus. So a major part of the student activities department is getting the information out there. As you stated, students may not know about the work-study program, but when we're able to give campus tours and we stop by the career services office during the tour, we're able to say, they can help you get a job on campus, get more information about the work-study program. And they do so many more things. They'll help you with resumes. They do mock interviews. They'll even help you get jobs outside of campus. And they will also help you when you're ready to navigate from the educational journey to your career. So the Career Services Department, if anyone does not know, if they're unaware of the opportunities and the resources, I'd say get to know them, especially more about the work-study program.
Right. I'd like to kind of do a cool question here, which might be a hot question for both of you.
Okay.
We have, Carlos and I have shared, deep into about our neurodiversity, that we both have autism and ADHD. And would you mind sharing a little bit about some of the, your personal story as it relates as well? Rilesha, take it from here. Red line.
I would like to, first off, add to what Brittany said. I believe that it's very important that on our journey of self-discovery, that we educate ourselves on neurodiversity, get an understanding of what it is, what it means, and then take a look at yourself and be mindful of who you are and the way that you process things, the way that you work. And so I would just like to say that at 32 years old, I was 32 when I was in cognitive behavioral therapy during the pandemic. I'm 34 now, and my therapist says, did you know that you were ADD? Or that you have ADD? And I said, no. I said, I never, and so that's why I wanted to add what Brittany said, because it's so important to know, and I don't know if it's like a stigma that people may want to avoid, or, maybe they say, I'm not ADD, or they're in denial or whatever. And so that's why I said it's very mindful that you know who you are on your journey of self-discovery, because I was an adult, like Brittany said, and then I even went to my mother and I said, Mom, did you know that as a child I needed accommodations for ADD? And she said, well, I knew something was going on with you, and she said, I sent you to the school counselor But it was also around the time that I was experiencing grief because my grandfather had passed away. So I'm not sure if they didn't do a full assessment, maybe. And so as an adult, I recognize things about myself like executive decision making, or I wasn't able to, I would be really good to begin tasks. I had the drive, the motivation, the determination. But to complete the task, it was a challenge for me. And so I used to be all over the place. I used to be all over the place with confusion and hyperactivity, all these things. Now I'm all over the place and I'm working and I'm actually producing the things that I set out to do because I am knowledgeable. And then when my therapist shared that with me, of course, I did some research. I looked into neurodiversity, had no idea what it was, but I educated myself. So self-education is very important. And then not only that, but when I'm able to get around other people who have, as Brittany stated, some of the same things going on, and you're seeing and you're watching and they're thriving and they're actually getting the resources and the accessibility that they need to be able to enhance their lives, to be able to, it makes you really excited. And I have never been a person to focus on what people may think or say. And so I think that just knowing who I am, knowing how how the way I think and why I think the way I think and how I feel and being accepting of myself, that's been my experience with neurodiversity. And I think that's just the most important thing, is just to be aware, to be educated, to accept, to have acceptance, and then to get the resources and use the tools that will empower you and that will equip you to be able to live your best life. So that's my experience. I'm thankful that although as a child I was not advocated for or did not receive the care that I needed, but as an adult I am, because I am taking those steps to make sure that I'm advocating for myself.
Well, Rilesha, therefore, you are a Neuro hero.
Yes!
Both of you are. So, in the corporate world, my personal kind of journey with neurodiversity, I have been an advocate for a very long time for neurodiversity and the disabled, because I've been physically and mentally disabled, have, many spine issues. I have problems with my lungs and so forth and so on. But I've always been an advocate, especially in the business that I just lost because of my brain injury. Neurodiversity actually focuses on your superpower abilities.
Love it.
Your superpower abilities.
Yes.
Hey, Carlitos.
Yes.
The Carlitos way. The meaning for your podcast is to share your sunshine all over the place.
Correct.
And I attached to you right from the start. I said, this is a winner. This is a leader. I've got to be next to him.
And just never give up on your dreams.
Never.
Sky's the limit.
When he said that to me, I was at a crossroads.
Yeah.
And to look at him and say, you're a success here. Maybe it's possible for me to get that ultimate dream again.
Carlos gives you that when you see him. Every time that I've seen Carlos, there are so many students here at TCC that I interact with, that I cross paths with. But when I met Carlos, it was just something, like you said, you can see it in his eyes, you can feel it, his smile, his presence. And I remember the first time that I saw him, and it's like we both wanted to give each other a hug, but you want to allow that personal space, but we reached in and hugged each other. And every time I see him now, I'm like, you didn't give me my hug. So when I see him, of course, that's what I see. And I think to myself, look at Carlos doing the absolute best. Like, he's doing his thing, and it inspires me. You know, I don't see Carlos allowing anything to stand in his way. He's always best dressed. I'm always like, Carlos, the shoes. Like, he's always best dressed.
The bling bling.
I know, right? And then on top of the way he present his appearance, it's his smile. It's his glow, like you said, his sunshine. And so, you know, I think that whenever you take the opportunity to just engage and pour into someone, you may not even know, you know,
What kind of
you
what
won't
might
see
happen.
neurodiversity.
Yes,
You won't
right.
see that on anyone, not just Carlos, on any of us, you won't see it. But to be able to engage and connect and to see someone else that you feel, as you and Brittany, as we have stated here, you feel like a part of a community.
I
that
think
you
the
can
light
be
shines
yourself. Yes.
even brighter.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We're doing more than advocating here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're saying the
yeah.
words, we're doing the work, and it's not even work.
Yeah. Oh.
It's what we love to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So we
life.
are- Yeah, it's life.
It's life.
It's life. Yeah, he's a great communicator,
Yeah.
and he's going to go very far.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, hey, we're towards the end of the podcast. Our podcast theme was Neuro HerOs here at TCC Northeast Campus and the world. You ladies are amazing.
Thank you.
Just
you.
amazing. Thank you so much for being of service of the campus, of the school, and the world.
Yes.
I'm expecting great things, greater things. That's what I'm expecting
Absolutely.
in the name of Jesus.
Yes. Amen. Yes.
And Mr. Carlitos, you are just wonderful. I can't
Thank you.
even think about you leaving yet, you know,
Yeah.
the campus. But as I'm just returning back, you love music.
Yes.
And our exit here is for you to do the grid one more time.
Okie dokie.
And then I want you to give us some music over the mic, and we're going to do that closing.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so my YouTube and TikTok, it's the Carlitos Way Official. They're both the same. And then my Instagram is the.carlitos.way. And then my ex that was formerly known as Twitter, it's yeah boy Carlos 5, ITSYABOY Carlos 5. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. And then follow me on the platforms and leave comments with ideas for the future podcast, or if you need local resources.
That's right. That's right. That's how you get in touch with the Carlitos Way.
Yep, that's the way.
Right. And we'll have all these published soon. We just finished editing our first one, and it's going to be published, right?
Right.
Soon, just probably today or tomorrow. And so, yes, give us that music, Carlos. Today is November 3rd. This has been the Carlitos Way podcast. We've had two beautiful guests on, Brittany Graham and Rilesha Bowles from the TCC Northeast Campus. Thank you so much for being part of the Neuro Hero podcast, episode 3. And we can't wait to see you and hear of you again. Many blessings from us to you. Thank you.
Hey, go Trailblazers.
Go Rangers!
Or Rangers.